What's going on, guys? It's Jonathan Rears of the Baseline Podcast. We got Nitzan Aaron, our co-host, and we got Melissa Diawakana.
Exactly.
There we go. Yeah, I got the pronunciation down. You know, we've been doing this for a long time, and we're way over a year now with episodes every week, and we're just so excited to hear another story. You know, we have players, coaches, owners all the time, but this is the first time where we're actually having someone who's a player and a coach at the same time. So this is very cool. We're very excited to hear your story.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me here.
Thank you for coming. So first I want to introduce a little bit about your career. So at first you started off playing in the French second league for a few years. Then you went over, continued in France. Then you went to Germany, Great Britain, back to France, Mexico, Slovakia, Poland. And then you went to Belgium, France, Belgium again, Mexico, Israel, back to France, and now back to Israel.
Exactly. Iceland.
Iceland.
Germany.
I knew I was going to miss one. I knew it.
Iceland, Germany, and then Israel.
Wow.
There you go.
So there you go.
Hell of a career.
Hell of a career. So first, what was it
Top
like training Serge Ibaka, an NBA legend?
For me, it was a daily day. You know, it
Wow.
was like, yeah. I mean, the thing is like, I respect all the players, and I definitely I admire all of them, regardless what they be doing. But for me, it was just like going to work. You know, for me, it was amazing. I was really thankful for it. But at the same time, it was just like, for me, it was a daily day.
Right, it's beautiful. You train players every single day, and you have guys who are maybe less professional, or not less professional, maybe they're younger, right?
Yeah.
And then you got guys who are more experienced, but you still have to go about it the same way.
Oh yeah.
So going way back, right, when you were a kid growing up in France, what kind of started that love for basketball for you? You know, in France at the time, I'm assuming there was like Tony Parker and guys like this. So what was kind of like your start for the love of basketball?
Well, my love for basketball always been crazy since I'm very young, and especially like because of the story I have, like it gives a like very. I was just like, I had an old idea about the game, how it was. Before, like when I was young, I was just like dreaming meeting Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Iverson. Like these were the player like I was looking for Magic Johnson. So for me, it was kind of like I've been looking so much like to these guys, and I was like, okay, I knew one day it would come up that I would be in an environment like that. Like it was just weird, like, but I had this feeling for so long.
And you're growing up in a place like France, which at the time, you know, it's still up and coming. It's not the France that we know as today, right?
Yes.
Which is the Wembys and the, you know, Rissicher and all these guys who are
Alex Sarr, just
Koulibaly,
all the top picks
Tijani.
now.
guys who are in the league and they
Yeah.
have a presence in the league on these teams and they're actual players, right? But Tony Parker was a Spurs legend, right? You still had the guys there. Not the same, but growing up in that environment in France, what was that like?
It was crazy because NBA was really so far. It was for us something like impossible to get. And obviously we have like Tony Parker, but for us it was like something amazing what Parker did. And not only went to the league, but he got with his style, he imposed like the floater that he had. It was not something that we could see before, right? It was this small and tiny guy who could get to the hoop, getting caught. So it was kind of impressive, but for us it was kind of something like impossible to do. Even if we had like some few guys who were in the league too, but still like we still just had Tony Parker. So it was kind of like a dream, but a faraway dream, you know, that we couldn't get. So it was kind of like you have to hustle, but still to get to the league or thinking about NBA, it was not like today.
So take us back to the beginning where in France and in a lot of European countries, it's very different than in America, where in America you play for your middle school team, then you play a little AAU. You guys are playing youth basketball in a completely different way. Can you talk us through what your journey in youth basketball was like?
So this is just a great question because when like people think about how it is, it's really like tough. So when you're young, there's many clubs where you can play. So there's many divisions. So you can play the low bottom division. We call this départemental. So it's really like the low bottom line. So but you have 3 divisions of them. You have the low division 1, low division 2, low division 3, and then you get to the regional league. So the regional league is still bottom line. And then when you have the regional league 1, you have the 2, you have the 3, then you can get to a championship. Then you go to national 3, let's call it. Then you have the national 2, then you have the national 1, then you have the Pro B, then you have the Pro A. So when you're young, you started the bottom line like in your hometown, And then like when you kind of like start to be good at the age of 12, you have this grassroots program that we do have. So we put like the best of the old countries, like from the age of 12 to 15 to one grassroots. So they stay there, but you have like, we have one in the north, one in the south, and one in Paris. So they will group all the young best players. And then like at the age of 15, when you try to go to the college, or like maybe like a high school college, you go to, we call this INSEP. So this is
the academy, right?
Exactly.
That's
so
where the French national team and that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the best one from all these group, they're gonna select few of them. They're gonna get to INSEP. So INSEP is from the age of 15 to 18.
And that's where you want to go.
I mean, that's where you want to go, but because like life is still amazing. So now how they made the system is like you have this group, a small group is going to get into it where you want to go. But if you don't make it, every professional team in France, women and men, has how they also have grassroots program teams. So if you don't make it to INSEP, you still can make it to a grassroots of a professional team where you play still against each other. So you're still in this, you're still in a line to still like try to make it to pro. But if you're not into that line, it's gonna end into the program. It's gonna be very hard for you to kind of make it to pro. So few of them for this grassroots like professional team or INSEP, they're gonna make it. Even if there's like not a lot of chance, it's not gonna be 10 per year. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3 player per year. They're gonna make it to pro.
And definitely like what Nitsan asked originally, like it's the youth program, the youth basketball in France is completely different than how it's run in America.
Oh yeah.
Right. And it's pro mentality from the get go. Right.
Because of when in the US you play only against people who have the same age than you. In France, when you play in grassroots, you play against adults. So let's say like every grassroots is either INSEP, either like professional team where you play the program. We play, so you are maybe 15, 16, 17, and you play against senior. Like sometimes like this team, like I said, like you can play national 2, but national 2 you see like women, they have 30, 35, 40, they have, so you play against women, you play against men. So when you're out there, you perform against all these people through your years. At 15 you play against adults, at 17 you play against adults. So it prepares you like to the reality, which is different. College you play against only your age for a certain time, 5 years let's say. In France, at the age of 15 years old or 17 or 16, you already play against men and women, grown men, grown women who play sometime pro. I was playing national 2 when I started playing games, and I still play against this grassroots. But I was pro, right? I was pro playing EuroLeague and I play against these players. So just see like how you get experience. You kind of like see what you can do. You have a vision about what you can kind of do in a year 2, year 3. Like it's different.
I mean, mentally that has to be so different because, like as you said, on the AAU circuit, maybe someone's playing up a year or 2 at most, and they're probably league bound. You know, versus with you guys, as you said, you're playing a 35-year-old woman at 15. You're doing whatever you can.
Yeah.
What mental sharpening does that do for you?
So I would talk for like when I was young and I was doing it. For me, it's just impressive because you can kind of like. You can measure yourself where you at, right? So you kind of see like, okay, what do I miss? Of course, you play against these players that have experience, so they know better. So there's like many things that they do have. So you can it's a mirror. So you see yourself where you are right now, and you see what you can do against them. And sometimes you perform against these players. So you're like, okay, if I can do it now, then it means I can do it later. You know what I mean? So it just gave you like always a comparison like about where you're at right now and what you can do. So it's just amazing.
And like we say, you know, the mentality is so different, right? You got to be a pro from a very young age. But the youth program, again, like what we're saying, it's very pro mentality, everything like this. You're learning from greats.
Yeah.
But eventually you become a coach yourself. So how did that kind of lead you to that process of becoming a coach?
This is a crazy story, guys. I don't know if you have time.
We're ready.
We got it.
We got all the time in the world.
Like this never even been like my dream. This was not my goal at all. So because I was sure that I would become a comedian. So me,
A comedian?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I had a
You're
dream.
funny?
Like, listen, I'm more than funny. Like, my dream was to become like, I was like doing stand up, and I had an old dream like having like Olympia, like full, like I have a dream about it, and it's still not gone, right? So for me, I was like about to be a comedian, but then it happened to me in a year of 2019, 2020. no, 2018, 2019, I signed up with the team in Poland. And during the summer, they fired the coach that was with me. And they signed a new coach. The new coach said, hey, I don't want Diawakana. But it's business, like
Right.
you didn't pick up the players that you do have, like players are there. He said like he doesn't want me, but it was like 2 weeks before we started the preseason, so it was kind of tough time. Like the team signed me pretty early. They really wanted to go with me, so I told my agent, I was like, okay, it's fine, like let's move. And then my agent said, no man, like you have a contract right now, like it put us in bad situation, so stay there and give me time to find out something for you, right? I said, okay, good deal. So I still have a place to be. I still have a place that I can train. So it gave me time to still get prepared and move on to another team. But it took me 5 months, guys. 5 months that
Wow.
I couldn't find anything.
Damn.
And it was just crazy. And I was there. So the goal of the team was to get me out without getting any money. And then my goal was to be there and survive. So after the first month, I was like, okay, very hard. And then my life was just getting worse and worse. So I was not practicing with the team. I was not traveling with the team. We were playing Euro Cup. We were still like we were in a good team. So sometimes the team was leaving for a week because if you have like 2 games in a row away, sometimes we're not coming back. So I was like staying by myself, and I was forbidden to go run outside. I was forbidden to go work out by myself. The only right that I had, it was to be there at the time where the team practice was at the gym. So that was the
Wow.
only time I could be. So you just lose yourself. Like just imagine like you're away from home in a country you don't speak the language. You're just there by yourself. So the first month I was like, okay, I can make it. But when we went to the second month, I was like, even if I started play, like I was out of shape, right? Because I could only practice with the team. But even when I was there, the coach was just putting me on the side and I couldn't practice, right? So at the second month, I was like, okay, man, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, but I still have some rights. And they couldn't stop me to be at the gym and still dribble the ball, right? So I was like, okay, I cannot practice with the team. Any coaches could train me, but I could still train myself during the practice, because if they said like I couldn't do it, then I could go to the court and say like they stopped me for doing my job, which it was now I can attack them, right? So I was like, okay, I have to make the most of it, because I still have this mindset. I'm this person where I believe that nothing just happened. No matter what happened in life, I just believe like nothing happened. And if something happened to me, it's not against me, it's for me. So I was like, okay. I started asking myself some questions like, what if it wasn't the situation, right? And what if it's like I had a bad injury or something bad happened to me and I couldn't play the game? So what's next? What's the second option? What are we going to do, right?
Yeah.
So I told you I was sure that I would become comedian. But when I had to ask myself this question that day, but being comedian was not something that came up, and it never came up actually. So I was like, whoa, this is a big deal, because like I'm doing this every day, giving my life, giving my time, being away. But what is the next option? Because that you want it or not, at some point you will have to stop, right? So I was like, well, Mel, at least we have time to figure it out and answer to that question. So every day, my only goal was to answer to that question, like what was next, like what I would do after my career. So I was like, okay, and every day I was asking myself questions. I was sure that one day I would wake up, a light would pop up, and I would just fine, right? But nothing. So I was like, okay, so if I cannot find out, there's something that will always help you in life, is knowledge. So I was like, okay, I might not know what I want to do next, but getting knowledge is still something that's going to help me. So I started reading many books about politics, about science, everything I could read about, and getting something new in my head. I was doing it until I was tired. I was also reading like some religious book, Bible, and everything. So I figured out that all the characters that have been used like to make history about the word, it never be something that was. It was never like something that I had to find out outside. They'll always be doing something amazing with what they had already, right? So I was like, maybe my purpose is not something that I'm going to find outside. It's something that is already here inside of me that I just have to look for it. So I was like, okay, what do I know to do? I know how to play basketball, right? So I was like, okay, so every day I cannot train with the team, I cannot train with the trainer, but I can train myself. So I started practice by myself, dribbling, doing everything I could do to stay in shape. And then we have 5 foreigners at a time. We had a Canadian who playing at WNBA. We had a international Australian, international Canadian, Lithuanian. I couldn't remember if she was from Russia or Serbia, but we had a lot of foreigners in the team at that moment. So I started training myself. And then Nara Fields played WNBA, played with the national team for Canada. She started looking at me like I said, Mel, I like what you're doing. Let's do it together. So I was like, oh, I cannot be with you on the court doing it because it's going to get me into professional foul. But I can come to the gym being dressed and tell you what to do. Say, Mel, like, this means that you're going to train me. I was like, I have no choice because otherwise I'm going to be in trouble, right? So just one day, I keep doing it. And then one day she's like, hey, Mel, let's meet up tomorrow and let's work. So I was like, oh, okay, let's do it. So, but like, it was easy because I was watching her practice every day. I was watching games. So for me, it was kind of like I knew what could I bring to her, right? So I spent the whole night watching some film about her and everything. Then I show up in the morning and we practice. From that moment, we've been doing it every day.
And then eventually you start your own elite basketball camp.
Yeah.
Called Elite Basket Camp.
Yeah.
And why don't you tell us about that?
Well, this came up when I stopped playing the game and I signed up with the team in France. So to give back, because like my training today is kind of for elite. I didn't open it really like to everyone. Mm-hmm. So the elite camp, it was kind of like a way to give all that I do have to kind of everyone, to kids and everything. So this was kind of like a program that helps me to kind of also give to the young and the youth.
How important was that for you? I mean, you signed your first pro contract at 17. So how important was it for you to when you had the ability to give back to the youth who are going through almost what you went through? Like what was that catalyst that made you say, I need to open this up to the youth?
It's something, for me, it's still small because I have big dreams and project about it. Because I just believe the life we're living in today, we need more people to give back. You know, like what I'm doing today is because I get it from believing somebody tells me one day that I could do it, right? Is watching over all the players that achieve something over someone else, not just players, but when you achieve something, I believe in life, you cannot die without giving it back. The giving back is very, very important. Mm-hmm. So for me, it really matters, and especially coming from Africa, born in Africa. So for me, it's not something like I cannot go to the grass and not giving it back. Like, I have to do it.
Speaking of being born in Africa, just kind of taking it all the way back, what was that transition like from Africa over to France?
Crazy.
Yeah? Can you walk us through what that was like?
This was crazy because I got in France when I was 6. Mm-hmm. So it was for me like a daily day. Woke up, my mom get me ready, and we walk like so far away. I didn't even know where I was going. So, and I can just tell you that to raise him is like, I had a long walk. I woke up, it was cold. I got to France.
Took a nap, woke up in France. That's
took
a dream.
A nap. Woke up, it was cold. So I just figured out I changed because like come from a hot place, just family, people, and everything changed. So for me, everything like is totally different world, different like memories. Like my life just changed when I got here.
Right. And you do at 17, you sign your first pro contract. Like we said, you know, tons of teams, tons of countries, you know, 9-year pro. You are a 2-time Belgium champ, 1-time, what is it, Italian champ?
Belgium, like there's 2-time Belgium, France, and then everything was just making like to there's also champion in Mexico.
Mexico. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So the Mexico champ, 2-time Belgium champ, and a France championship. So you know how to win.
Yeah.
Right. So what's that feeling like going to all these countries and actually winning?
Blessing. I would say it's a blessing because like whenever like you're being called to kind of like a great team, it's still amazing. Even like it's like teams that sometimes fight for the playoff, but still make it to the playoff and still make it to being qualified for the final, semi-final, stuff like that. It's just amazing. I believe like, I don't know, like I would say it's just a blessing because you don't always choose how it's gonna end, but to be able to always like figure out how to win, be with people that really looked up for the same thing than you, just winning and play hard and give everything is just amazing.
As you said, you've won at every level. Now, as a trainer and a coach, what do you try to instill in the people that you train coming off of all the winning that you've done?
But the thing is, just what you said, being coach, I had to realize very early that you have to take the part of you that is player aside. You have to take your experience, you have to put it on the side because when you train people come with their needs, right? So you cannot always say like, oh, I've been through this, so this is what I'm going to give to you because it's not the same. You know, people come from different needs, and even if you want to give them your experience and everything, you still have to wait until they really need it. So I cannot really say it's something that I give to players, because when players come, I'll first focus on their needs and when they look up for. So, but when we have those half time that we sit and they ask you questions about how you did this and that, that's a moment that I talk to them about it. But there's never like a time for me that when we train or do some stuff, like I put myself, like my experience on the table or what I've been through to the never. This is something you have to separate that.
But going away from coach to play, being a coach for yourself, but you're still playing, how does that help you as a player?
It's just so helpful in the fact that I had to put my shoes. So I had my shoe. I was only a player. So when I transitioned in being coach, and not only skills trainer, but I can also be a coach. Like I manage a whole team. That's how I have a degree for, and this is what I've been doing. So I put my feet on so many different shoes that today when I go through something, I kind of like understand many things. Sometimes as a player you have like this reaction and you feel like, the coach don't like me or this and that. So having this experience helps me kind of like calm down and see things from different perspective. There's sometimes like as a coach you are frustrated about many things, but it's not personal. You don't want to attack one player, but there's so many things going on. There's the pressure, there's result, there's so many things that sometimes it's very hard, and some players can feel like concerned or attacked by this and that, but actually it's not. So it helps me personally to kind of like have a different perspective. So as a player to have kind of, hey, calm down, everything is okay, try to do this in different way. Like it really helps me to chill out.
Right, and you speak about like faith as well, and going your first time to Israel, Elitzur Cholon, right? What was that like, getting off the plane, ending up in Israel? Just talk us through that experience.
Ooh, this was crazy. Like when I knew that I was about to come here, I had to go see my father. I told my father because my father they pastors. So for us, like Israel is this holy land, so it was amazing. I remember went to him. I was like, hey, look, guess where I'm going? I'm going to Israel play. So it was like I was really excited. Everything comes with Israel. I was just excited because for me it means a lot. It means many things. So it was just a blessing. When I got here, my only goal went to make it to Jerusalem. I had to go through all the way, like what the Bible said about. I need to know like what was this place, how this look like, what Jesus be walking through. What? So we was Jericho, and it was so like I wanted to go and see it and live it. Like for me, it's just like a blessing to be here.
Did Jerusalem live up to the hype?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Listen, the only thing I told myself that day, I was like, it was funny. I was like, if Jesus did this, I was like, it was an athlete. Because I've been there with my basketball, like with the real shoes, Nike shoes, being like good. And I had to go to the when he was working with the cross. And I think it's Jericho. And it's kind of like a little higher when you have to go up and up.
Right.
I've been there. I was in shape. And I was like, I was tired. I had to stop many times to breathe. So I was like, he been there with some like, what type of shoes he got? He didn't got Nike for sure. He didn't Adidas. But it was tough. Walking through that, it was tough. And I was like, he had a cross. Like everything, it was just crazy.
So you talk about loving your experience here that first time you came, and then you haven't played in like 7 months, and then you come back to Israel now. Your first game is against Holon, and you play 27 minutes. So it's just coming back, it's a full circle moment. So what was that like, actually coming back to Israel the second time?
I think I enjoy more this time the first one was also amazing, but like I was starting off, like my first experience was not the best, the way everything ended up here. But to be able to come back, for me, it's kind of like a victory. It's something. It's a real blessing, So even like it didn't went the way I wanted to, I still enjoyed the first time. But I feel like this time I still want to make the most of it, like even better. I just want to get up here, like telling myself, I will come back a third time, like.
What are some of your goals that you set yourself in coming back here?
First of all, win games.
Win games.
Win games is my top number one goal here. My second one is, again, like travel again, make the most of it, like visit and especially like, we're going through a tough time. Everybody knows like what's going on kind of. And I just want like, I want people just to realize that there is like the first word is information. Like, look, we here, all of us, right? And people living normally. Like life going on, and so I just believe like division is not what we should look for. Before to have a mind about something, to have your mind and make up your mind, at least go and see it, at least go there and see how it is, so how it look like, and then make up your mind. So this was one of my go-to. Like I hate like just having information and believing it and make up my mind. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to see people just living their life. I still see people hustling and doing the most of it, making, you know what I mean? So for me, it's just like also like share with people, showing people that, hey, everything is going well actually, like, so.
That's incredible. And, I think that's such a mindset that we don't see so often anymore. I think people are so like happy to be comfortable with just looking at what's in front of them and saying, cool, that's it.
Yeah.
And I think it's so impressive that you're doing that and you're coming here. So now that you're back and you've gone through such an illustrious career, really, like what stops along the way do you see as your biggest growth points that got you to be able to have this type of mindset?
Ooh. Oh, this is a tough question. It's a tough question and a great one at the same time, because I just believe like you have to be open-minded, when I started travel and I studied like countries like Poland, countries like Slovakia, countries like me coming from France, people were saying, oh, East people, they're racist. Like they don't like black people. So these were the first countries that I've been, actually Germany. With the story they have, people in Germany, they mean, people in Germany. I've been there. I was like, we're more racism in France than everywhere else in the world. I'm telling you, no, it's for real.
Yeah.
And this helps me to see that the word is just not what you think or what people tells you. You actually have to, like I said, you have to go see it, because I've had the most beautiful experience going in these countries, in Germany, in Poland, in Iceland, in Mexico, see people the way they live, see the culture, right? See the mindset, and everything just broke up my mind and broke everything that I used to grow up with, right? What in school people tell you in school, what the television tells you, what the news tells you, right? So when I started travel and see like everything was not what be said, so it kind of like break down my mind, and I was like, you know what? Just stay open mind and keep reading. Keep looking for the right mindset. Keep looking for the right thing. Keep looking for it. So I continuously like I'm drained by reading books, not books that you're gonna find out like that. I really go for books like you will maybe not find easily. Read about it, like having always a new mindset. That's always what I try to do, is not having like my mind just set up about something. I always try to look like, well, there's a different perspective of it, or can I see it? Because like, look, you're gonna talk based on your experience of life, right? Same for you, same for me. And we all have different age. We've been through different things. But you are on the top of a mountain, right? Maybe you might be here. You might be here. I might be right there. But you and all of us, we see life based on where we at right now, right? So I might see it from here. You might see it from this way. You might see it from this way. But both of us, we're not wrong about it. But we just see it in that way. But if we have to switch up this place, we also see, oh, now I understand what you said. Oh, now I also understand what you said because I see it from where you are right now, right? So I just feel like you have to be patient with yourself, but you still have to be patient with others and be able to be open-minded and listen what people are telling you, and not just be always like feel attacked or feel offended or this and that. And I just have this mindset about like, it's never about people. It's always about you, right? We are just like, life is just a mirror and you get what you give. So
Facts, you do get what you give, but you get these perspectives from traveling all around the world. You brought up race, and you're also a woman, African woman playing basketball, doing your thing. What are some challenges that you had with that?
Everything for me is a challenge, and especially now doing what I'm doing, being this female working man world, like I face walls. Like no matter if people smile at you, I'm black, I'm a woman, so just these two put it together, people sometimes look at me like, and I'm not even like tall and like my presence, I'm just this skinny girl. Like so sometimes like you just fight over like stereotype, and people look at you and just like have in their mind judge you about different things. But I always have to fight, always have to not even like knock on doors, but break doors or build new ones. Like, so it's not easy at all, and especially when you don't have somebody behind pushing you. Some people they have their husband, right? You can have a husband, you can have somebody, you can have an agent, you can have somebody working behind your back. But me doing it by myself, I can't lie. Sometimes it's very very hard to get it, but I still like embrace this moment because it helps me to become tougher. It helps me to adjust. It helps me to see things in many ways and still like be thankful.
So you say you do this on your own, you're alone and you're independent.
Yeah.
What are some things that you think that made that even better for you? Like being alone, you have to be independent. You got to learn things. You got to pick up things very quick. So how do you kind of adapt to that with every country that you go to?
Like I said, just being open, just being open and just like be willing to learn new things. And when you're not doing it in the right way, actually, like I tell people, I'm blessed to have this tough time. I'm blessed to have enemy and also people fight against me because of what I'm doing. And I said like, because all these people fighting you, they actually help me to do perfectly great. When people look at for you to fail or look for something like for you to do wrong, it actually helps you to know like, okay, this I have to adjust. To do what I'm doing, I knew like being just independent, working with MBAs and prospect. The first people that I had to fight against, it was agency. Like, because they see you like, because, I understand this business, right? I'm by myself, I'm a woman. They used to tell me like, okay, you're a woman, you play women basketball, so it's impossible for you to make it by your own. Somebody has to be behind. You have to work for somebody that pays you. So you kind of like sell players. Like you take, hey, come with me and I give it to this and you come with me and I make money like that. So I have to prove people that first of all, like you are trustable. That can trust you. Like I'm not into that, so I had to fight against so many people. Then it was pushing me all the time to be perfect and to go, for example, to get the license to be professional coach. Because if you're not doing it and you don't have any license, people are gonna say, hey, yeah, but you're doing it, you don't have a diploma, you don't have this, and then I always looked up to be perfect. And then all these people fighting against you. That's why it changed my mind also about like like instead of seeing adversity, see like opportunity for you to adjust and be perfect. So everywhere I go, like I just see it like that, like everything coming against or something coming forward, I just take it and embrace the most. Like I just try to make the most of everything.
That's like honestly such an incredible mindset to have, and I think also something that's really rare to see. I think a lot of people crumble under the pressure. I think a lot of people hide away from being pushed back on, and you really embrace that. And so what's next for you in terms of you said you have so many goals that you have going on. Obviously winning your games coming up is one of them, but a little bit bigger picture, you want to break all these barriers and be a trailblazer in not just the sport but in life. So what's next for you?
Okay, I cannot give it just like that, right? But I have many. I have
comedian.
Yeah, number one.
Listen, this one, I will come back here. I will say to you guys, hey, I made it.
Yeah.
Hey, we would love that. We would absolutely love that.
But yeah, I have 10 years goals all the time. Like for example, right now I'm already preparing my 40 years, and I already have a plan for 40 to 50. So for me, like right now, what I'm doing with all the players and everything I'm building on, I have a goal for 10 years after. So the program right now is to have the academy, growing up the business that I'm doing. Obviously like keep traveling the world with like I said, the speaking and motivational. These I have also big dreams about it, because like I said, like coming from Africa, for me, I have to give back to where I come from and give to all these kids, because today you see like is with all the social media, people dreaming a lot, right? People like you can't just lose yourself scrolling every day about something, right? But actually there's so many people now, they just like can you just imagine now being influencer? You can make money from that. I remember when I was young, our parents would kick our ass if influence people would, what I'm saying? When teachers come to you like, oh, male influence the kid, like the people in the school, and it was a bad thing, right? But today you can make money from this and then that, and whenever you score something, you can say, oh, you want to make easy money, do this. Oh, you want to make easy money. And I just feel like we're losing ourselves in so many different things, right? And what I would like to give to people is still like, everyone has to realize they have a purpose. You are better than what you think. You are better than like the person you're watching and you want to be like, because all the people that you look up for, they already exist and they already do what they're doing. But you still can do something and you still can impact the world in many different ways, But for this, like you have to keep listening this, and not losing yourself in many things and dreaming to be like, and just dream to be who you are. You have to find out who you are, because no matter like all these things exist, at the end of the day, when the lights goes down and you off your phone, there's a real life. And if you're not happy, if you're crying, if you're not just, you're just not enjoying life, then it means like there's something going wrong. And the best thing is when you got out of here, being happy. You know what I mean? Being happy. Feel like you really exist. Do something that really like matters for you. Just be yourself. Be you, who you are, right? So that's really what I want people to keep reminding themselves. Like they do exist. They are very important. And they have a mission here on this planet they have to achieve.
It's beautiful.
That's incredible.
It's amazing. You said you were going to drop some motivation. There it is.
I was listening to that being like, well, I'm changing my whole life from now on.
So as we wrap up, we do this little shot clock segment.
Okay.
So we're going to do some like rapid fire questions. You could pass, and we're going to see how many you can get.
Let's go.
You want to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Let me pull it up.
All right, you ready for this?
It's
All right, ready?
tough. No, I'm not ready.
Not ready.
I'm not
All right,
ready.
all right.
Give me a
We'll
second.
give him a second. He's got to lock in for a
All right,
minute.
am I going no laptop? All right, I'm going no laptop. I'm going off the dome.
Oh, all right, I'm impressed.
All right, let's go.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Favorite country?
Mexico.
Favorite food?
African.
Favorite Hebrew word?
Todaraba. Todaraba.
Shawarma or falafel?
Falafel.
Favorite music?
African beat.
Favorite basketball movie?
Love and basketball.
Warm-up song.
No, my bad. Coach Carter.
Okay.
Good movie. All right, warm-up song. Warm-up song.
Pass.
Oh, all right, let's do one more. Home or away games?
Away games.
Away games.
Really?
Nice.
Away games?
Yeah.
More than home games?
More.
You don't want to be in front of the home
She
crowd?
likes breaking down the barriers.
No, I love it, but when you play away, you have so many people against you, and I love
And
it.
you're like, it turns
Yeah.
me on.
You feed off of that. You really do.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming, Melissa. We really appreciate it. If there's any last words you want to say.
Thank God. Thank God.
Amazing.
That's what-
Amen.
Thank God. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you to
Thank
you
you.
guys.